Hey, it's Christopher here at the New Media Expo in Las Vegas, and I'm sitting here with Michael and Bill. They're both from Podcast TuneUp. Guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. This is great to be here.
So, Michael, tell us a little bit about Podcast TuneUp. What is it?
Well, Podcast TuneUp is really all about helping podcasters, be they probably been in the industry for about a year or even longer, to help tune up their media. And that could be RSS feeds, trying to figure out how to do that better, how to tune up their lighting on a set, how to do information design. We all know that the title and description, what we have right now, is a lot of mess. And so we need to help kind of clean those up, optimize them, not only for the aggregators like iTunes or Zune, but it's also for the devices. And so there's a lot of things that need to be covered here. But we also want to set standards to make sure that it's not just a kind of a Wild West attitude, that standards are being followed and implemented. This is kind of the beginning of that.
So, Bill, when people come up here to the booth, what do you find is the top thing that they're asking for? They've got to be interested in something. What would that be?
Well, I think one thing that we've found so far is that a lot of individual podcasters, they may have been working on their own podcast for a couple years, but they don't realize that there are things out there like enhanced podcasts. That's been a huge surprise. Enhanced, what's that? Well, you can drop images in your audio timeline, and all of a sudden it comes up in your album art section on iTunes, and it's a huge revelation for them. Or the fact that you can push podcasts, or not podcasts, but PDF files through a podcast. Things like that are just so fundamentally powerful to the medium, and a lot of people are unaware of it. So that's what we do, is we help people find out those little tricks.
Definitely much needed in this space. Now, Michael, you're also a college professor?
Yes, I am.
So you're a professor in new media?
In new media, with digital media. And I've been at Utah Valley University for about 8 years now. And before that, I was actually doing things in the .com industry and production, all types of different things.
So with that credential, what do you see the direction of new media happening? Where do you see this thing going?
Well, that's always going to be a moving target. But I think that we need to just be forward thinking and always finding opportunities to be creative. I think what Bill was saying is we just need to let people know what's out there, because a lot of people just don't know. I think one important thing is that we need to share. And that's part of the business structure that we have, is that in our forums, it's meant to be a very tight-knit community, not just a standards forum where anyone can just come and post. Our memberships are built to make people want to work together, to promote standards and things like that. And so that's where that'll happen.
So now, Bill, the business model is a membership. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, there's a membership that's accessed by way of buying Mike's book. And once somebody buys the book, they become an affiliate, basically, or somebody that can participate in the forums. The thing that's different about what we're doing here is that we have a network of independent content creators. So we've got folks that are specialists in audio, specialists in video, in web design and graphic design, script writing, interview techniques. And what happens is, as somebody becomes a member, they have access to all of these little incremental training guides, almost like a lynda.com model, so to speak. But what's different is there's no monthly subscription to it. It's you come in, you're able to buy the content that you need to optimize your experience and your user's experience. So I might be an audio expert, but I want to know how I can integrate video into my podcast. I can go out and just buy those targeted training systems and really learn how to optimize it. You mentioned what's the future of podcasting. I really think that's it, is that people are going to start to realize that in order to do everything really well, they're going to have to create a network or have access to a network of experts to help get them there.
Yeah, we actually have a strong production crew behind this that makes sure that everything goes very well. So what's the name of the book?
Well, it's actually called The Podgineer's Guide to Professional Podcast Experiences.
And it's going to be out when?
Well, we're actually going to be doing hands-on training here, introducing it. In about 3 weeks, the full-on PDF version will be there. And after that, the rest of these little guides called Spark Plugs will continue to roll out, and people will be able to buy those.
Well, we'll make sure we pick up a copy of it and make sure we talk about it on the podcast. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
All righty. Thank you. For Relevantly Speaking, I'm Christopher.
I drove 300 miles to see you, and all I got was discontinued. I guess that I'm the back issue in the story of your life.